Hey guys, it's the Sciencebarbie. Today we're going to learn about the Cartesian product. So in this example here, we want to determine the Cartesian product of the quantities A, which is the closed interval from 1 to 3, united with the open interval between 4 and 5, and set B, which consists of the closed interval between 0 and 2, united with the half-open interval between 4 and 7. Now let's first discuss what is a Cartesian product. So the Cartesian product, A cross B, is defined as the set of all pairs x and y such that x is element of set A and y is element of set B. Now let's start. Before we do this like in a purely mathematical manner, I really like to draw a sketch to visualize what's going on here. Now we see the two quantities. A is all the x. Here it's the closed interval between 1 and 3. Now to refer to a closed interval, we make these dots here that are filled, and it's all the real numbers in here. And then we have the open interval between 4 and 5. To visualize an open interval, we take circles. This means that the edges are not included. So if we use circles instead of balls here, these bullet points, we demonstrate that the edges, which is the real number 4 and the real number 5, are not included, while all other real numbers in between are included. Now this would be A. And now let's go to B. B here is the closed interval between 0 and 2. So again, closed interval. We take the bullet points between 0 and 2 and all the real numbers in between. And then we have got a half-open interval between 4. Here it's closed, so we take the bullet point, and 7. And the 7, the other edge, is not included. So we demonstrate this as a circle. Okay, I hope you can see that well. And now here we have set B. Now if we build the Cartesian product A cross B, let's start here. Now we have A, and here B is between 0 and 2, so we can also draw the lines here and here. And because everything here is included, here we have the edges included, and here we have the edges included. It looks like this, and it's not only here this rectangle, but it's also anything in between. Because these are intervals, and in the intervals contain all real numbers in between. So this is also all the numbers, the pairs of numbers, and of course it's an indefinite number. In here, they're all included, and maybe we call this R1. Okay, maybe with a brighter color, it's R1. Now let's go here, 4 and 5. Here, because here the edges are not included, they cannot be included here either. And because here we take this kind of intersected line, it's not a continuous line, but here the edge, because the 2 is included here, the edge is included. Okay, and now let's fill this area here. R2. Here the edge is included, but the vertices are not included. Now let's move on. Now we have the other interval here between 4 and 7. Let's have a look. 4 is included, 1 is included, and 3 is included. So we have bullet points here. And the entire is included. Here, 4 and 5 are not included, so we have circles here. The numbers in between are included. Now let's have a look at the top. The 7 here is not included, so the vertices here can also not be included. They have to be excluded. It's all open intervals. And if we now here draw the lines for A, in here it's included. Well, it should have it, make it like this. It, of course, cannot be included because also here 7 is not included, and so we have this line here too. And here also the edges are not included. And here the edges are included. Okay, in this color. The edges here are not included. And also here the top edges are not included. Still, anything in between is included. Also here. And all the pairs inside here, they are included. So we have R3 here. And R4. Okay, if we want to write this down, then we can also write it down. Let's start here with the first one, R1. This is the closed interval between 1 and 3 cross the Cartesian product. Here this interval, 0 and 2. And it's the set of all pairs x and y such that 1 smaller equal than x smaller equal than 3 and 0 smaller equal than y and smaller equal, hope you can still see it, than 2. Now let's go to R2 here. This is the open interval 4 and 5, Cartesian product with 0 and 2. Again, it's the set of all pairs x and y such that 4 smaller, real smaller than x, smaller than 5, because here the vertices are not included, and 0 smaller than y, smaller than 2, because here the edges are included. Now let's go to R3. Here we have the interval 1, 3, cross 4, 7, as the set of all pairs x and y such that, again, because here it's included, 1 smaller less equal than x, less equal than 3, and the y's, it's 4 smaller equal y, really smaller 7. And finally, the last rectangle R4 is the open interval 4 and 5 cross the half open interval 4 and 7 equals the set of all pairs x and y such that 4 is smaller than x is smaller than 5, and for y we have 4 smaller than equal than 7 smaller than 7. And that's the solution to this problem.
Das war ein Mathematik-Tutorial der Sciencebarbie. Jedes Like und Abo des Kanals freut uns sehr. Für Feedback und Kommentar nutzen Sie die Kommentarfunktion.